gonna cry. We will rise again, you will see. And it's all XP to me. Now our tank is low in health, and the road has lost itself. We don't know where we left the elf. Yeah, the ranger lost his way. The wizard is down, so you protect until the healer can resurrect. Oh, now it seems like her plans were wrecked by the necromancer's breath. It looks like this might be alright. I'm glad you're here with me, my friend. And we'll fight, fight, fight in this rainy night. Destroying minds is our destiny. If we die, 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 we are not gonna cry. We will rise again, you will see. And it's all XP to me. He rode his cross, a world of pain. He was followed by a monster train of orcs with aggro on their brain. Some are really strong. I'll fire off my DOT and then you hit them with your AOE. We'll take them down 1, 2, 3 unless something goes wrong.
Leroy Jenkins!
Now the tank been laid dead. Maybe it's time we go to bed.
One more try.
And we'll fight, fight, fight in this rainy night. Destroying mobs is our destiny. If we die, 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 we are not gonna cry. We will rise again, you will see. And it's all XP to me.
Ding.
Rats.
There we go.
All right, here we go. There she rolls again. She made a saving throw, and I just need to know how bad was that blow. There she rolls again, rolling for a time, but New York is getting back. Are we alive or are we a snack? There she rolls again. There's poison in our veins, and I just can't contain the damage that remains. There she rolls again. She rolled a night, that is fine. It's enough to leave this mind, and I just need to know, should we stay or should we go? Should we stay or should we go now? Should we stay or should we go now? If we go, there will be trouble. But if we stay, it might be double. So you gotta let me know. Should we stay or should we roll? There she rolls again. She's not a throwing knife. Let's hope someone survives. We're running for our lives. DM hates me. No, scratch that. I know the DM hates me. There she rolls again. There she rolls again. One more for you. We aren't much into sports, and there's lots of sports ball going on right now, and we have a different arena in mind when we think of playing games. So we're going to talk about that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play last night with one's inning where they start to fight. So that's a simple one that I do that right. I guess I'm supposed to know. But I'm not man unless my football spins. I gotta know about what it's batted in. Why do they wear those on their shins? I guess I'm supposed to know. But I admit I don't really care. I try real hard to sit and stare. My mind wanders to places where pixels learn to fly. Football's okay, basketball's alright. I can stand and watch, but not every night. My arena's the base, my weapon's a mouth. Cause it's video games inside this house. Video games inside this house. Video games inside this house. That's your part. Fire up the levels cause I'm ready to go. Whether it's FPS or MMO. Warp speed fast or take it slow. That's what I know. Forget about goals, give me BFGs and super cheap and DLCs. The times don't matter for my hot keys. That's what I know. I admit it can get weird when grown men worry about levels cleared. And so is holding someone revered for how fast they run. Football's okay, basketball's alright. I can stand and watch, but not every night. My arena's a base and my weapon's a mouth. But the video games inside this house. Video games inside this house. Video games inside this house. Goal safety, yeah, they are all fine. I'd rather not keep score and hang out in a blocky mind. Rather ride a chicken for a little piece of heart. Learn things like up, down, A, B, star. 1, 2, 3, 4. Football's okay, basketball's alright. I can stand and watch, but not every night. My arena's a base, my weapon's a mouth. But the video games inside this house. Video games inside this house. Video games inside this house. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. We will now transition to another performance group. All right, while we bring our next act up on stage, if anybody wonders why the heck did they get this guy to come to a Filk thing, it turns out I go to Filk things all the time. There's a convention called the Filk that's been happening in Georgia for a number of years, but I play in a house band called Play with Moxie, and I've been playing there since about 2002. And if you wonder what happens when you bring a drummer to DragonCon Filk, he fills time while the musicians come on stage. I enjoy sitting behind musicians. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'm not going to sing for you this evening because despite what you see on DragonCon TV, I do have some respect for my audience. I have one note. I love that note. I use it for everything. Yeah, and I can't play any instrument, but I play them all like the drums, so I will not be performing this evening. Yes, that's what the piano player said too. Oh, by the way, we will take a little extra time to sanitize across the convention. This is happening in most of the rooms. I think you've seen the newest hit act at DragonCon, which is closed for cleaning. They're doing about 80 more panels than I am, but I totally respect their work. They are the busiest guests that we have. I know that came on really fast. But yes, we are filling time. This is what we call stalling. Stalling is what we do in between panels. It's when we normally get somebody up here to kind of cover for the fact that somebody else is doing real work behind the stage. And if we do stalling well, what happens is normally it's a seamless experience and you don't even notice that it's happening. Unlike what's happening right now. This is totally obvious, but I think we'll fix that by bringing on our next musical performers. Folks that I have, yes, seen many times with Dragon's and with Phil. Please welcome the side-Irish stylings of the Brobdingnagian Bards.
We may demask.
We're not, we no longer
Yeah, I think there's the spit around the spine, so. Right.
Always
All right.
been in our minds. Yeah, she's shorter than I am.
Oh. Hey, go for the Freddie Mercury bit.
Close enough.
You can stand like this. Plus, breezy.
That doesn't look bad at all, does it? Okay, good. Just making sure. Oh, man. So right before the show, Mark was saying, okay, so I'm going to play this song that you've never heard before, so it'll be great. What song are you doing? So I was like, what, gaming? There's one I kind of know. I'm kind of finished working on it and everything. I guess I could do that, so I feverishly start working on that, and then he comes over just a little while ago and says, oh, well, we could just do this Bard song. That's fine. We could do that. So it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and do that.
You did not remember that it was a gaming song. But it's totally a gaming song.
It is totally a gaming song. So I'll just do the song I was working on at my show tomorrow at 2:30, right over there.
Is that a shameless plug?
That was a very shameless plug. But yeah, no, this song is great. Even before there were the Brobdingnagian Bards. Yes, there was a time. There was a time before. I went on to this wonderful world called the internet before Google, that long ago. And I found this person's website where she was a writer for Sierra Games. How many of you are familiar with Sierra Games?
No.
Oh yeah. Her name is Cindy Vanis, and she wrote some of the music for some of the games and some scripts and everything for many years. And there was one song that just didn't make it on one of the games, and she really lamented the fact that it didn't. So she put it on her website. And I, of course, being the uber music geek that I am, printed it out and went, oh yeah, this is great. I love this. This is a great song. Put it in my folder of cool songs. And then when Mark and I started the Brobdingnagian Bards, I said, okay, let's this song here. And I wrote a melody for it and everything, and I really like it. But it's called A Prudent Thief. And it goes something like what Mark's playing.
A prudent thief should never drink so much that he becomes bold. Because a thief who boasts and brags will rarely live to grow old. For silence is a thief's best bet, and if he makes this etiquette, I know will be what he will get.
Will be more trouble than gold.
Consider Zale, a thief from Grail who drank at the Swan and Grouse. He made himself quite popular by buying rounds for the house. One night and drunk and early, he made a bet and privately, but later on he would agree.
He never should have been soused.
You see, a thief's best friends are luck and speed, but is cunning and stealth. And ale can cause the owner to flee and cheat a people as well. Add to this a drunken dare to steal a lock of the Empress's hair. Even a fool should be aware.
This may be bad for your health.
So Zale stumbled through the door with his most fearless state. He slipped and shadowed past the guards and stepped through the house gate. Giggling, he scaled the wall, so drunk he thought he could not fall. Wasn't he the best of all?
And shortly favored by fate.
As he climbed in, he saw a girl who was dressed in cloth and fur. A housemaid, perhaps a cook, difficult to be sure.
Always is.
A homely lass she did appear, but anyone looks good for beer. So when she asked, why are you here?
He said he was half of her.
her with compliments, for flattery was a skill. And so they spent a pleasant time as any young couple will. But as the dawn lit their embrace, he recognized the lady's face from every golden coin it graced.
And suddenly he felt ill.
Now he heard that drink was dangerous, but now he knew for a fact that these caught in the house were hanged or stretched upon a rack. As this thief was kind and bold, the empress gifted him with gold.
And the guards made sure that he'd been told
He'd be killed if he ever came back. And so he was a thief no more, but that was part of the deal. The bet was lost because she gave him what he went there to steal. So this is space sport and pocket, name and tail, but still they fought for a drink and look at the empress's wife.
the finest tavern and grill.
Almost all the way through.
Yeah, that was just, I love that song, just Cindy Vanis, Sierra Games. And wasn't that great? Isn't it a shame that it didn't get into a game?
I really like that it's on a CD.
It is on a CD.
Wait, that was really fragmented. They just didn't quite get all of that.
No, it's not fragmented. It's all together on a CD.
So we need to warm you up because we have a show after this. So when we say we have CDs, you say, you have CDs?
The inflection at the end really makes it work.
So we have CDs.
You have CDs?
In fact, we all have CDs. Right back over there. So
Yes.
make sure you go visit anytime during the performances if you'd like to pick up one. So this song is from a CD.
Really?
Yeah.
It's on one of your CDs?
Yeah.
I haven't heard it yet. I don't know.
It's on for Sci-Fi Drinking Song.
Or maybe I have heard it. Okay.
You might have heard it.
Okay.
I wrote this song years ago. I was at my parents' house, and my dad I had a whole bunch of stuff in their attic, and he said, "You got to get the stuff out of my attic." So I went up there, and I found all my Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and I hadn't played it in a number of years. And I was like, "Well, I got to get rid of some of this stuff." And actually, this Angela here. Angela, she ended up buying everything from me.
Really?
One low price. I was like, "Oh, okay." I sold it.
You didn't ask me?
No. And
Yeah, figured.
I ended up writing a song, and I will tell you a little bit more about it in the last verse of the song because it tells actually how this song came to be. I robbed a dragon level 32 to beware. Little did he know, it was Tiamat's lair. Run with Tiamat to seek his revenge. His hairy halfling toes were completely singed. Dag was backstabbed drinking beer. What a way to end his career. Those are characters who died. 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 They were all my characters, and they died. That's your part. Complete a war quiver of a lot on his back. The staff of the Magi he wielded for attacks. With magic rings and cloaks and spells he couldn't lose. A giant got a quick, he was knocked out of his shoes. Complete said kingdoms for heaven's sake. I can't believe that he died. Those are characters who died. Here. Those are characters who died. Those are characters who died. Those are characters who died. They were all my characters, and they died. Roll of the dice and Ku's stronghold was the best. With his falchion sword and leather armor on his chest, he summoned a pseudo-dragon and rode a magic rug till his dragon was enfeebled by one of his own thugs. His Ku's stronghold was killed by his enfeebled dragon. Why did he have to die? Those are characters who died. 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 They were all my characters, and they died. Kef was bitten by an ugly lycanthrope. He lived a happy life and was strangled by a rope. Sabetta was paladin, defender of the faith. He was killed by undead, came back as a wraith. That wraith killed King Zembar. They were characters of mine. Those are characters who died. 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 They were all my characters, and they died. Captain was an elf who wasn't quite right. He hacked off body parts and started organ fights. He took on a horde of hobgoblins all alone. Body parts started flying, one caught him with a bone. That thing only smiled at Rob irony before he died. Those are characters who 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 died. They were all my characters, and they died. Now Honto was a cleric as wise as could be. He got a ring of wishes at only level 3. What kind of dungeon master would let him raise his stats? It was me, so I killed him off with vampire bats. I really don't remember him, but he died. Those are characters who 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 died. They were all my characters, and they died. Krell was a thief, a magic user thief acrobat, a good gray elf with a familiar black cat. No way he could be defeated on the Dirkwood Forest. His scions got him killed in a battle with the Floors. Floors, really? How did he die? Those are characters who died. 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 They were all my characters, and they died. Delmar was a fighter of great renown. He fought so well that he took on the Great Hawk Crow. With 1,000 hit points in a Monty Hall campaign, he died fighting gods. I had to flush him down the drain. Delmar should have died sooner. He was a character of mine. Those are characters who died. 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 They were all my characters. They died. I found all these characters in a notebook from my youth. The memories flooded back, and I'm telling you the truth. I look back now, wonder how on earth I lasted with so many characters lying dead in their caskets. I have so many fond memories of how they all died. Those are characters who 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 died. They were all my characters, and they died. Let me hear you really loud. Those are characters who died. 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 They were all my characters, and they died.
One more time for Broken Guardian Bards. Thank you very much. All right. We're going to summon our next performer and see where he spawns. Yes. Yeah, that's why I was camping here. There we go. All right. Tom is not going to take very long to get set up. He was already a sound check. All right, and for anybody who was confused about the concept of a CD, it's a 3D printed collection of MP3s. Easier to take home. Piracy, actual pirates can't take your CD, so it's a different kind of security model that you have to use. Yes. And I have a bunch of 3D printed versions of the save icon in my basement. And this weird thing called VHS, which is apparently some sort of way to get YouTube videos into a plastic container that your grandparents can use.
Didn't we find those in the pyramids?
No. We did not find those in the pyramids. The only reason the pyramids are still in Egypt is because the Brits couldn't figure out how to get them on the boats.
Yeah.
True. All right, right, we hope you're enjoying this socially distanced version of Dragon Con. Now you have a reason to ignore your friends that's new and endorsed by the CDC. So hopefully when that runs out, you'll have to think of another reason not to go over to your homes. We have sound, but do we have the voice? He doesn't come from the land of ice and snow because those are not off-road tires on that
I
vehicle.
come from Michigan. It's all ice and snow all the time. Even in the depths of summer, there's some freaking ice and snow hiding someplace.
All right, ladies, gentlemen, and friends beyond the binary, our next performer needs no introduction, but Amber asked me to be here, so here's Tom Smith.
How are you all doing this evening, Dragon Con? Everybody been having as good a weekend as I have? All right. It's really funny because I've been looking forward to this thing. Oh yeah, science fiction, role-playing games, video games, and then about 20 minutes ago, sing along. Because a lot of my things are big epic things and there aren't much sing-along components. But this one technically counts as a gaming song because I wrote it. There's lots and lots and lots of Star Wars games, right? Okay, therefore, this counts as a Star Wars gaming song because I say it does. And it's definitely much more of a sing-along than most of the other things that I've written. On Misa's first day of Star Wars, Misa's true love she be given to me. A pod racer in a pear tree. Oh, thank you! And that's the last we need of the Jar Jar voice ever. On the second day of Star Wars, a robot said to me, beetle, beetle, boop, and a pod racer in a pear tree. On the third day of Star Wars, another droid said to me, I'm 3PO, beetle, beetle, boop, and a pod racer in a pear tree. On the fourth day of Star Wars, Darth Vader said to me, the Force is strong with this one. Why do I have to keep doing that? 3PO, beetle, beetle, boop, and a pod racer in a pear tree. You can all manage that, come on. On the fifth day of Star Wars, Chewbacca said to me, I can't hear you. On the fifth day of Star Wars, Chewbacca said to me, that's better. It doesn't take a lot of peer pressure, just enough. Force is strong with this one, 3PO, beetle, beetle, and a pod racer in a pear tree. On the sixth day of Star Wars, George Lucas said to me, there'll be some episodes. And I almost made you forget about the Force is strong with this one, 3PO, beetle, beetle, and a pod racer in a pear tree. On the seventh day of Star Wars, Luke Skywalker said to me, I'm a saving both my friends. That was kind of weak. Some episodes. Force is strong with this 3PO, beetle, beetle, and a pod racer in a pear tree. On the eighth day of Star Wars, the Emperor said to me, your hate will make you strong. Seven both my friends, some episodes. Force is strong with this one, 3PO, beetle, beetle, and a pod racer in a pear tree. On the ninth day of Star Wars, Anakin said to she, I'm 9, but I'm mature. Your hate will make you strong, 7, but my friends, some episodes. Force is strong with just 3PO, beetle, beetle, and a pod racer in a pear tree. On the 10th day of Star Wars, Padme said to he, wait 10 more years. 10 freaking years. 9, but I'm mature. 8 will make you strong. 7, but my friends, some episodes. For the fanfic writers and readers out there, a Regency Wookiee. Runk, 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 runk. Pinky up. Forces coming through for 3PO, Beetle, Beetle, Boop, and a pod racer in a pear tree. On the 11th day of Star Wars, Obi-Wan said to me, "We're leaving Tatooine. They've run out of beer." 10 more years, 9, but I'm not sure. It'll make you strong. Same boat, my friend, some episodes. Forces farming through some 3PO, Beetle, 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 and a pod racer in a pear tree. On the 12th day of Star Wars, Yoda said to me, "Backwards teach you to sing, I have, yes. So sing." 11 Tatooine, 10 more years, 9, but I'm mature. It'll make you strong. Same boat, my friend, some episodes. Force swung with some 3PO, Beetle, Beetle, Boop, and a pod racer in a pear tree. Now, this one doesn't have a sing-along chorus so much as during the choruses, it's got a refrain. Okay? You will recognize the refrain instantly from your own experiences in gaming throughout your life. Been a while since I played this. But I just a little more volume on guitar, just a touch. Can you guys hear that okay? Okay, everybody in the back is good. There we are. All right, fine. Rocket launcher, radio gun, BFG 9001. Never saw it coming and I never had a chance. Bad enough being dead. Sub-Zero pulled off my head. Master Chief is doing his victory dance. Lost Asia in risk. Diablo burnt me to a crisp. Even though I have the godly plate of the whale. 2 pair, 8 and King song. Got the 1 ring. Getting dysentery on the Oregon Trail. Harry Potter came up short. Dueling with Voldemort. Elspeth Holiday met the Blair Witch. Spider-Man showed such a plum till he met that pumpkin bomb. Mr. Incredible didn't pull the switch. Cliff Racers, cave bats, stupid freaking giant rats, deadly piranha pools, and soldier ants. You were eaten by a crew. Ha! The one was got you. Nancy Drew and Scooby-Doo. Team died in Halo 2. Dead again. Splattered all over, rendered killing floor. Dead again. Let me respawn and I'll be back for more. Dead again. Let me get to the checkpoint and you can do your worst. Dead again. Then I'll reload, but this time I'll shoot first. So you think you can handle that next time the chorus comes around? Cool. My marble bonus from a height should have rolled it to the right. Jumped through lots of traffic, but then fell off a log. Rushing cubes from the sky, and I let him stack too high. Punched right off the screen by a humanoid frog. T-Rex got me, now I'm toast. Chased down by a blinking ghost. Landed on some spikes and dropped every last ring. Bitten by a fang slug. Jafar's at my flying rug. Trapped in a bog by a barbarian king. Mechanized warbots, Mudokon slingshot, centipede, dropping a flea on my head. Couldn't fly as Alfred Chicken, Duke Nukem kept on kicking. Hawkeye of his horn with only some bread. Skeletons hit me twice. Dragon breath cased me in ice. Couldn't line up all the jewels 3 in a row. Shot up by Miami cops, beating with karate chops. Kept on missing platform ups, and the timer never stopped. Dead again. How come these worlds have so many bottomless pits? Dead again. And everyone that I meet wants me blown to bits. Dead again. Reincarnation, 1 bite at a time. Dead again. It's so embarrassing to be killed by green slime. Real life goes on until you're dead, or so I'm told. Injury, catastrophe, or simply growing old. Fantasy is supposed to be where you can find your dreams. But all I find is game designers hooked on players' screams. Smothered by a boa constrictor, drawn and quartered by a lick, or eaten by a cat while dodging Beethoven's fifth. My flying saucers down, monkeys throwing barrels down, torn apart by creatures out of legend and myth. Zombies got a hold of Jill, nurses up in Silent Hill, all those German snipers on the beach at Omaha. Swallowed by the sandworms, infected by some nasty germs, didn't slap the leather when I heard him say draw. Running from Koala Kong, made a turn that's really wrong. Sephiroth's supernova fritis where it's good. Roiled in a lava flow, squashed by Super Mario, didn't make my saving throw against lawful good. 30 zillion space machines blowing up in cutscenes, I actually found a way to die in mist. Ninja shirts decapitate, plasma guns obliterate, pocket nukes annihilate, reboot transubstantiate, dead again. Inching ahead until once more I show dead again. The funeral bills would leave my whole state broke, dead again. Something is trying to chew off both my legs, dead again. Who in the hell dreams up these Easter eggs, dead again? All of the guys at work think I'm a freak, dead again. They watch golf and NASCAR every week, dead again. They'll never understand what I call fun, dead again. Cause any of my lives is cooler than their one. Thank you so much.
One round of applause for a musical transformer, Tom Smith. Autobots transform and roll out.
Autobots roll out.
We never did figure out if the Autobots were covered by their auto policy or by a personal care policy. I think it's a bundle. Anyway, Tom's song gave me flashbacks to gaming. And the Bard's song gave me flashbacks to the King's Quest days, where he played them on the 3D printed versions of the save icon in Word. And as a computer programmer, I always remember the difference between King's Quest and Space Quest by King's Quest is CGA Calc 0, and Space Quest is CGA Calc 1. And no one in this room is as old as I am writing computer code because nobody laughed at that shit. Yes, we did have to explain binary. I worked in a computer company that explained binary to salespeople. And they all told me I was number 4. Okay, some of you have written assembly or C code masks. Thank you for coming. Of course you're in the Filk track. Where else would you be at this thing? Y'all can come on stage and get plugged in. I'm just here to fill time while you figure out which XLR jacks and quarter-inch jacks are going to be worth it. I did also have a revelation that who played Half-Life in here, or Half-Life 2? Yes. And video game mechanic that I despised the most was the one where you just ran around Super Mario style, causing property damage until you found useful items. Right, with the crowbar mostly. I won entire melee matches with the crowbar because it never had to be reloaded. Right? And they're like, well, I'm trying to get a clip into this thing. I'm just like, whack, whack, whack. This is pretty great. And then my friends discovered ranged weapons, and it was not so great. But I did find out that the guy, whoever did the Halo, I'm sorry, like all the Halo games and Half-Life and all the games where they program crates to have magical items, but underpacked items, right? You have this crate about the size of 2 of these speakers, and you hit it with a crowbar for a couple of seconds, and out comes 1 med pack. The med pack's like this, you just step on it and you get the health. And then you go to the next one, 1 clip for your AK-47. And I realized this person now works at Amazon. I've been getting a lot of boxes that are packed by the Half-Life guy. I'm glad he's still getting some work. And now for something differently magical, we're going into the world of Wizard Rock with Hawthorne and Holly.
Hi, this song is less Wizard Rock and more Minecraft rock. It's a cover, and
Yeah, this is actually by Teenage Bottle Rocket.
but yeah. Thank you. Thank you. down a tree with.
You ready? Just kidding.
Okay, from this time.
Okay.
I knocked down a tree with my bare hands. And I've been to all four corners of this land. I killed a giant spider with an iron sword. And I ran 10 miles being chased by a zombie horde. They call me Steve. I'll do anything you want me to. They call me Steve. I'll dig a hole in hell and back for you. For you. I built a giant mansion in a water slide. And it's fully furnished with a bell and mounter side. Yeah.
Okay.
Late at night, the creepers walk me home. But I don't mind, I'm getting used to spending nights alone. They call me Steve. I'll do anything you want me to. They call me Steve. I'll dig a hole in hell and back for you. For you. For you. I don't know what to do. Me and Steve are really missing you. They call me Steve. I'll do anything you want me to. They call me Steve. I'll dig a hole in hell and back for you. They call me Steve. I'll do anything you want me to. They call me Steve. I'll dig a hole to hell and back for you. Thank you.
If you actually want Wizard Rock, we play tomorrow at 4.
Falcone and Holly, everybody, thank you very much. We'll be getting ready for our final performer. But first of all, thank you all for coming and interacting in this sing-along. I know you didn't get advance notice on a lot of the words, but it seems like some of the bands are also figuring out as they went along too. But welcome to Phil. Yay! Also, thanks to, we call you Purple Brian all night, running sound over here for Tech Crew. Thank you very much, all of our Tech Ops volunteers. Especially with the new post for cleaning requirements. We now have these lovely little microphone covers. Did you bring a rum bucket? Okay. You brought a containment device that may or may not contain fluids.
My backup singer, shut up.
That's normally the device that makes me think I'm a foreground singer.
Very sensitive.
Thank you again for coming. There's tons of other film programming. Please make sure to check out the app. Come for some concerts. And if you want an airplane mode Spotify of any of these artists, they're available at their vendors table. Things that are probably not quite as musical, but do show your allegiance to their particular musical stylings. Our final performer for our gaming and video gaming sing-along is, as the notes were given to you by Amber, a ball of contagious confusion, which means after I do this intro, I'm going to put my mask back on. Please welcome Mikey Mason.
Yeah. Check. Many of you probably know that I have a bunch of songs about both video and role-playing games. Since I suggested this topic, and I might be a little tipsy, me and Mr. Rumbucket, my backup vocalist, well, I'm a little insulted they didn't even try and hold him up to the microphone. You're going to stay your whole time up here, Brian. Brian is now my favorite. Give it up for all the volunteers and tech crew who make Dragon Con possible. Oh, yeah. I suggest that we do a role-playing game themed show. And Amber said maybe we should diversify it to video games because not everybody has albums and albums worth of role-playing game songs like you, Mikey. I got my first D20, came in red on CFD, colored numbers in with the crayon, was the summer of '83. Me, my brother, this kid named Terry, played the game in our front yard. 7th grade, Terry found girls and let the game win his weenus got hard. Oh, when I look back now, that summer seemed to last forever. Oh, and if I had the choice, yeah, I'd always wanna be there. Those were the best games of my life. It didn't stop me from gaming. Kept it up all through high school. Spent my evenings behind a DM screen, slinging dice and drinking Mountain Dew, yeah. Hanging out and slaying orcs, killing, wandering mobs for treasure. Oh, and in those dungeon crawls, boss fights seem to last forever. Those were the best games that I'd seen since the summer of '83. In Red Box D&D. Well, yeah. But then college came, we were young and frustrated, needed to get paid. I guess nothing can last forever. Now the times are changing, a lot of gaming trends have come and gone. Sometimes I break out my DM screen, I look along, I wonder what went wrong with hanging out and slaying orcs, waiting for some guy to roll for treasure. Oh, and I still dungeon crawl, but my gaming days are so much better. These are the best games that I'll see since the summer of '83 in Red Box D&D. Well, yeah, thanks to the summer of '83. Well, yeah, me and my brother in '83. Well, yeah. Thank you, Frank Minzer. Look, I'm tuning the backup singer. This next song's a little lower pitch, needed less in the glass. Y'all are fantastic. Thank you for coming out. I almost apologize for what I'm about to do to you. Because I'm about to sing you a gaming story. I should remind you that I have CDs over on the side. Am I wearing a skirt?
Oh, you pissed off the Scotsman.
I mean, thanks, Mark, but I don't need any Scout cookies right now. I love Mark Gunn. Let me say this. There are 3 men in history who have looked good in a kilt, all right? One of them was William Wallace, right? And one of them was Rowdy Roddy Piper. Both of them are dead. And the third is Mark Gunn.
What about Andrew?
Andrew, you look okay in a kilt, but you're no Mark Gunn.
What am I doing between these guys?
You're increasing the sexual tension, Tom. That's what you're doing between these guys. I have to stop because it's not 10 yet, and if I go too much farther, I will break rules. Sing this with me. It was the best game ever. Traps and riddles were so clever. and hardly any of our party even died. Except for George, but he deserved it. He kept doing really dumb shit when we split his magic items up. I swear to God, he almost cried. But when he came back in the game with his new known thief mage assassin, we took all his gear again and sold him as a slave. Best game ever. It was the best game ever. I think you can be louder. Let's try it again. It was the best game ever. I took his 7+4 leather. Then we hopped on board the plot train. Let it take us for a ride. But then George came back. And this time he was a druid who refused to leave the forest, but always tried to start a fight. And that's exactly what he did with this poor farmer on the outskirts of the town, who turned out to be a god in disguise. Best game ever! Cause George's druid's head got severed, and he came back in the game while we were going through this cave to slay a dragon. This time he played a barbarian who hated both our magic users, but carried a sword of magic flames. And when we reached that dragon's lair, he argued tactics for an hour till we fed him to the dragon. Then we killed it in 3 rounds. Best game ever! What was he thinking? Arguing tactics for any length of time at all. Barbarians don't do that. Not at all. He deserved to die. He was asking to die. Did you see what he was wearing? All right, we don't want to set that precedent. Cosplay is not consent. It doesn't matter what the barbarian's wearing. They're not asking to die unless they argue tactics for any length of time whatsoever. Then take their stuff and feed it to the dragon. And as we wound down our adventure back in town inside the tavern, there was George as a half-elf, half-orcish monk illusionist. And as we counted out our treasure, he insisted on attempting to seduce the barmaid, laughing as she cried and raised her fist. We all picked up our weapons. And as he died, he swore he would never game with us again as long as he lived. Wait for it. Gotta tune my backup singer.
Wow, should have gotten a rum and coke.
A little pitchy.
Let's hear those high notes.
Best game ever! Saved a barmaid, slayed a dragon, got some treasure, raised a flagon, and we racked up the XP, and we will never have to deal with George's bullshit in another game again. That is at least until next week, because he is our DM's brother. And their mom won't let us get here in their basement anymore unless we say that he could play. Yeah, I know you had to be there, but I swear by all that's holy, victory was never sweeter than it was today. Best game ever.
For all of our performers, the faithful sidekicks, the Guardian Bards, Tom Stiff, Hawthorne and Holly, and this random guy's beverage. Thank you, Mikey Mason. This has been the video game and role-play gaming sing-along. And now that you have experienced this wonderful event in this room, please get the hell out. I mean, we're going to be clearing the room so that we can reset for the barns. Please make your way into the hallway, which you have done many times during this convention. We hope to see you back at a future event in this room or another. Thank you for your attention and for tolerating me in between actual entertainment. Take care and have a great evening.